Has your child reported to you that they've been abused or harmed in any way? If so, I'd like to talk a little bit on this video about what you might be able to do on your next steps. Hi, I'm Tammie Smith. I'm a licensed professional counselor in Oklahoma, and I'm a licensed mental health counselor in New Mexico. And we can give you some ideas on how you can investigate and to understand your child's situation a little bit better. First thing I'd like to tell you is believe everything your child tells you initially, and don't necessarily need to take the steps to move out of a home, in particular if they're speaking that someone's abusing them within their home. But every abuse needs to be reported to authorities. And what I want to stress to you is the child needs to be held accountable for being truthful, but if you initially believe them, the truth sometimes comes later.
Hi, I'm Hope. I'm a peer recovery support specialist here in Oklahoma. I do intake and admissions at Whitehorse Ranch, and this is such a relevant topic. About 90 to 95% of the clientele that we work with, which is young ladies 12 to 18 at Whitehorse Ranch, they are abused mentally, physically, emotionally, and sexually. I think is our biggest component of sexual abuse. So today we're going to talk about, was my child abused? What do I do when my child reports the abuse? Or even sometimes kiddos have gone into schools and told mistruths, and you have a whole family mess of investigation.
It's a very uncomfortable topic, but if your child has raised concerns with you, it's really very, very important to hear your child, to understand that your child is reaching out to you. Sometimes it might be that your child is saying, I'm having sick feelings in my stomach when I'm around a particular person, or if they don't want to go to a relative's home. Those red flags to you can be very enlightening when it comes to understanding your child's truth.
Along with abuse of any way, shape, or form comes risky behavior, comes sometimes suicidal ideations when I feel like I wasn't good enough for my mother to protect me from my father. We see it a lot of the times, not all the time, but in adoptive families that couldn't have kids. And as the adoptive mother, I found out that my husband for 14 years had been raping my daughter, or whatever it may be. Uncomfortable subjects. It's not fun to talk about, but it exists and it's out there.
It exists and it's out there today, and human trafficking has become hugely prevalent in the world today and in the United States. We have been working with the Office of Homeland Security for several years, and some of the cases that we have worked with are extremely, extremely hard to hear the cases. And we're not going to go into any gory details with you, but what we want to understand is if a child believes that they deserve less, they will give themselves less later on in life, and they'll expect less of their society surroundings. And so one of the things that I want to tell you is any suspected sexual abuse oftentimes goes with them acting out on other children. Usually a perpetrator has been previously abused themselves at a particular age, or if someone's grooming your child. If you have an adult that wants to be around your child alone, oftentimes it's maybe a red flag. Or if you have a child, if they're grooming your child to a particular age, maybe your child has not been sexually abused by a perpetrator or a family friend. But if you have an adult that wants to befriend your child that's not part of an organized big brother, big sister program. When I started Whitehorse Ranch 15 years ago, I had no idea of the amount of abuse that has and is going on in our society today. It's unsettling. And I really want to open parents' eyes and guardians' eyes to the fact that not all adults have your child's best interest, and not all older children have your child's best interest. Some of the abuse that we have seen are from an older sibling that has sexually abused their child. And what I ask the parent is, who abused that older sibling? And so I have children that have been sent to us many times. We work with orphanage or children who have been in orphanages in the Ukraine or other countries that have been severely sexually abused, that can't be around their siblings any longer because they're then sexually abusing their other adoptive siblings. And so there's things we can look for and answers we can find to help this child find some kind of healing.
Parenting a teenager is hard. There is no handbook for parenting, but if you want more info, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we will definitely give you some more tips.